I like VTubers, don't get me wrong. I literally am a VTuber, but I feel like people are relying a little too much on the little anime girl in the corner, and they act far more than they should. Instead of selling their own personality, aesthetics, and passion, they sell the same thing we have, well, a lot of. Every VTuber acting the same way and having the same exact notes that they have to hit is really strange to me. Hololive started a trend, and now smaller groups and independent VTubers are choosing to shackle themselves to the hypothetical VTuber rulebook to replicate Hololive's identity instead of being their own deviation of the genre. Now, this might not make sense to you, but let's look at some examples of what makes the VTuber rulebook a thing. If we just look up VTuber, let's just find one. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry I'm using like an actual person as an example, but this is a really good thing. No hate towards the person. I actually like their aesthetic just by looking at it. But this is a good example of... There's a lot going on right now. This overlay is a lot for me. Overlays are not something... Okay, this is subjective, but overlays are not something that should be on all the time, right? And it's not just a this person thing. This is not a one guy moment. Let's look at some more. Live. Maybe you. Okay, as we can see, why? Why did you even, why did you go through the effort of making your overlay like this? Just make the game full screen. This is just, it makes it look more cluttered. This just adds visual obstruction. But since some VTubers do it, every fucking independent VTuber, this one's just chatting, this one's fine. That's where overlays are important, where they're just talking. Let's look at this one. Live right now. Also just talking, that was a really cute design. You're just talking. Oh my god, are any of you gaming? Okay, here's the one right here too. I don't know what's happening. That's a good character design though, I kind of like that. But, is this paused? I think it's paused. Let's back up maybe? Okay. As we can see here, there's also a huge overlay. I can't see the fucking game. Oh! Again, why do you feel like you need the overlay? Can we be honest? I don't get it. Overlay, overlay, overlay. You're playing Persona 5. Please don't have an overlay. Oh my god. Why do you all have overlays? I know it's a little fucked up to be using real examples, but this is people who are live right now. This is not me cherry picking. I'm just going and clicking people. He doesn't have an overlay. This works for me. That is a static image, but that's fine. You know, he doesn't fit in the example. Is this a... Okay, hold on. No, it's fine. It's a mobile game. What else can you do? That's fine. That's fine, because it's a mobile game. You? Are you playing a game? You're not playing a game, which is fine. Overlays are good when you are not playing a game. Look at me right now. Do you see my overlay? I'm sorry, it's actually not an overlay, it's the fucking background. Does this look better now? Yes. Yes, it does. Why would I not just be doing this? Why would I have the overlay? It doesn't add anything. It's just there. It's just distracting. It's just adding more stuff to the screen that doesn't need to be there. But every single VTuber has this obstructive overlay while they are playing the game. And they only do it because some people in Hololive do it and other people do it. So that is rule number 1 of being a VTuber. Have a huge overlay. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2. VTuber background music. Every VTuber, you can see these are all different VTubers in Hololive, has this background music. honestly usually at this volume. Now this is Hololive. This is a Hololive member. This is kind of their thing. Tell me if the BGM is distracting you or not. But this is kind of their thing. So independent VTubers, like this character, has to do it too. Because they did it. This one is a little less obstructive. Like, this is good. I like this. It's just BGM. But man, some of them are fucking crazy. Alright, so let's say we're playing a game right now. Most VTubers, not this one specifically. I haven't watched this VTuber yet, so I don't know. So I'm not talking about anyone in specific. But the VTubers that, like, independent VTubers that I have clicked on in streams are usually having this on. Usually have their own music on, so it starts sounding like this. Usually have it pretty loud. And then if they're playing Minecraft, they usually have the in-game music turned on. So it ends up sounding like this. But that's not all. You forgot the overlay. That looks like this. Oh, that was a lot. But those are our first two rules. Obstructive overlay and your own specific background of music instead of just background music that's like on a playlist, that's like an album, no, your own like 20 to 40 second BGM loop that is on the entire time. Those are the first two rules of being a VTuber, it would seem. Third rule comes into the character design aspect. This one is the most annoying. This one is what makes all VTubers kind of blend together into an amalgamous blob. Your character either has massive titties or no titties, and you constantly talk about it, and you don't shut up about it, and you bring it up 4 times a stream.
Lucia, no, Lucia, nice body, boing boing cutting. Remember, before I debuted, everyone thought I was just as flat as you. I'm sorry, what did you say? Oh, I see. I see what it is. You guys see the word, some of you see the word chest and you can't help yourself. You absolutely can't help yourself to make a funny cutting board joke. Your hands, I can see them. They're hovering above the keyboard, shaking. You are shaking. Every ounce of your being is like, don't make the joke. Don't make the joke. Well, listen, look at you. No willpower. No willpower. You make the joke anyway. Make the joke anyway.
At what point does this joke not become funny anymore? Disclaimer, it's okay to criticize things. I want you to know that. It's okay to criticize things that you like, because criticizing things you like makes them better. However, if you actually just want your streamer to constantly talk about their breast size, please just go to Pornhub. I don't know what to tell you. You can still find VTubers there. And that's the next rule. And it kind of ties with the third rule. Always talking about your chest size. It's being really fucking horny all the time. Most VTubers outside of Hololive, independent and smaller groups, really excel at being horny as fuck and constantly letting us know. Like, VShojo's entire brand is having, like, raunchy English VTubers that you could literally jerk off to on Pornhub.com. But that's fine, because that's their identity. However, when the independent VTubers start taking that identity too, it starts to blend the genre.
Hear me out, chat. That's kind of a weird dream that I had. That I had a dream that I think my mom was making fun of me that I haven't like tasted cum or something. Which I have. That like my mom was laughing at me.
Come, brother. Don't you wanna?
Know if their dick tastes bad or not. Why would it ever taste good? Just gonna ask you that one.
Let go. I'll suck your cock, please.
You wanna find out what's in that hole?
I don't wanna.
I'll take
I
my
wanna find
chances.
out in your hole. No.
Let's take a step back and rationalize. Are any of these things bad on their own? No. However, the way that it's in practice is an issue. The reason the hypothetical rulebook exists is because everybody outside of the groups chooses to follow these rules because it works for Hololive, or it works for VShojo, or it works for or works for Nijisanji? I don't remember that one's name. So instead of independent VTubers having their own identities, they all choose to be Hololive with different members, or VShojo with different members. This is the point where the saturation comes in and begins to kill the genre. But that's not the point. The point is, why do VTubers choose to have these crazy overlays? Choose to have the insanity-inducing 20-second BGM loop at all times? Why do they choose to constantly talk about their chest size? Or, I'm assuming male VTubers talk about their dick size or dabs or something, I don't know, it's just as annoying. And why do they choose to all act the same way on Twitter? That brings us to Rule 5. Let's look at some Twitters. Rule number 5 is your Twitters. All I did was look up VTuber. Now, like I said in the other section where we were looking at people's overlays, I don't want to cherry pick. I want to just go onto Twitter, look up the word VTuber, and get examples there. One take wonder this. This is a little different, but this entire... Okay, here's the pinned tweet. It's their VTuber model doing something... Oh my god. The pinned tweet is always going to be their VTuber model, and their entire Twitter is going to be nothing except, you know, reminding us that they are a VTuber. This one's a little different because she has 2 Twitters. Well, let's look at this one. Sorry, did that just work? What did I just do? I guess it refreshed. So, okay, let's look at this VTuber. Pinned a tweet, there it is. Every tweet. That is... We have to get off of that one because that was porn. That was a naked VTuber. That was art of a naked VTuber. I have to get off of that one. I'm sorry. How about this one? VTuber incoming. VTuber. 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 It's VTuber. It's reminding us that she is a VTuber. I don't think this one counts. This guy. Okay, come on. Do I even need to scroll this one? This entire Twitter is just about being a VTuber. Let's go to... you. Pinned a tweet. Exactly. Yep. This entire Twitter is also just about reminding us that she is in fact a VTuber. Everything here is about their VTuber brand, that's fine. This is probably all going to be the pinned tweet. Their VTuber with some collab. The fact that they're VTuber, the fact that they're VTuber. They're a VTuber. Did you forget they're a VTuber? Have you forgotten they're a VTuber yet? Do you know they're a VTuber? Do you remember that they're a VTuber? They're a VTuber still. You remember they're still a VTuber? They're still a VTuber. Like, okay. Are you starting to understand? We'll look at the next one. And the tweet is actually something different. because I think they do other things than just be a VTuber. But, you know, VTuber... No, this one's pretty normal. Never mind, bad example. This one's pretty normal. Every single tweet is just a reminder of what they do, right? Let's look at this one. Yep. Yeah. These streams going, yeah, maybe, yeah. Yeah. If we look here? Yeah, 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 yeah. But here's the difference. It's a Hololive member. This is essentially a brand Twitter account. This is their brand. This is what they do. These are not their real Twitter accounts. You can see it right here. This is why they have that. Every single one of them has HoloEN for a reason. These people have to do this. These people have to constantly remind themselves. Every single other Twitter account we have seen does not have to do that, but they choose to because they think that's what you have to do. Hololive does it because they have to. Every independent VTuber does it because Hololive does it. That's the issue. That's limiting yourself. That's chaining yourself down, and that is locking yourself into the VTuber rulebook that doesn't fucking exist. Okay? That does not exist. You are locking yourself down to this hypothetical rulebook that you have made up, and you are limiting yourself heavily. That's rule number 5. The Twitter. Make it exactly like a Hololive's Twitter. Make it no different. Be the same person. This is what I mean when everything becomes an amalgamous blob of just everything is the same. When everybody chooses to replicate an identity so hard, it becomes an issue. You don't have to follow these rules. You don't have to do this. So let's go to my Twitter. Let's see how I break this rule. I don't even let you know what I do, because I don't feel like I have to. Pin tweet is this one. This is really funny. Then I just retweet art that I like. The few posts that I do make are this.
You're not real! Get out of my fucking head!
Do you expect to see that on any of the Twitter accounts that we've seen so far? No. But why not? Why don't these independent VTubers make stupid fucking dumb tweets like this just because they want to? I feel like they don't do what they want to do because it wouldn't fit their brand, right? The thing is, you don't need to make your brand Hololive. You don't need to make your brand VShoujo unless you're in those groups, of course, but still. You are your own person. You should do whatever you want. You should be able to tweet whatever the fuck you want. It doesn't matter. Don't just replicate what works, because look how many Hololive members there are. It's fine. It's fine to be different, because different is kind of what people would want right now. Chaining yourself and limiting yourself to the VTuber rulebook is really bad. All it does is make you suffer. Let's go over the rules. I break the overlay rule. I never have an overlay when I stream, when I make videos. I break the BGM rule. I usually, when I stream, I just put on music that, like an album that I want to listen to. It's not the same loop. It's not the same song on repeat. It's typically just like a jazz like album of like Toho songs or Persona songs. I've never talked about my tit size. I've never been horny. That's rule 4. That's 3 and 4 right there. I've never been horny as fuck. I don't just be like a freak for the sake of being a freak. And my Twitter is a fucking nightmare. My Twitter is either me screaming and acting like I'm being possessed by a demon, or retweeting art that I just like, right? May Guilty Gear, Edelgard. This funny fucking Uno video, Mithra. I don't know, oh, Dark Magician Garage, I like this. Some backgrounds that I like. When I played Roblox, that's right. Seraphine, some fucking anime people, Zelda, Epic joke. What even happened in this? Oh my god. Okay. Edelgard again. I like that. I like Fire Emblem a lot. Paramithra, Guilty Gear, Edelgard, Sailor Moon. Nice. Healthacre, Backgrounds, Byleth. I don't need to remind all of you that I'm a VTuber, because that's not my fucking identity. Me being a VTuber is not the most interesting thing about me. It's just something that I happen to do. Every single VTuber Twitter account, that's really all it looks like they have going for them. I'm not going to deep dive into every single person. I'm not going to give you an analysis of every single VTuber I looked at in this video, but surface level, when somebody looks at that, all they can think about is, wow, they sure are a VTuber. And that's it. Alright, I get kind of off track in here for a while, but I do just want to add this in after the fact that, yeah, I mean, while, you know, poking fun at these, like, rules that everybody seems to follow is funny, like just going there and seeing every single one of them with the overlay, every single one of them with, like, the same BGM, like, every single one of them following these made-up fake guidelines and literally, like, putting a weight on their creativity and suppressing what they can do. Like, yeah, of course, like, it was fun to go around and like joke about it, but when you want to get into something and you don't have any context, you just kind of do what you do have context for, and that's why so many new VTubers and independent ones follow this rule book that doesn't exist. It's not, you don't have to do this. It's like when you're playing a video game and you've never played it, but you've watched like 3 hours of videos on it, you're going to play that video game similar to the videos you've watched because that's the only context you have. You don't need to do that with VTubing. You don't need the overlay. You don't need the 40-second BGM loop. You don't need to talk about your chest size all the time. You don't need to be super horny. And you don't need to have a branded Twitter for yourself. This is where it gets a little subjective. Because, you know, I am a content creator who happens to VTube, right? I just make content because it's something I really enjoy. I genuinely just like doing it, and it's a passion of mine. It's something I like to do. I'm very passionate about it. I'm a passion-driven person. It's just something I like to do. And VTubing is just something I happen to do. I don't even VTube in like half of my videos, but I like just doing it. I don't know if people like it, if people dislike it, if it adds anything, if it takes away, or if it's just completely neutral. I just like putting it in there because, like, it's a way to project myself and present myself in my videos. And, you know, you can, like, yeah, you can see, like, when I smile. Isn't, like, that's nice, right? Isn't that nice? I don't follow these rules that a bunch of other VTubers follow. Does that make me better? No. Don't think that. I don't want anybody to think that the people following these rules are like dumb or bad or any like stupid fucking bullshit, because that's not the point, right? I get we made some jokes, we poked a little fun, but the point is expression of your individuality is more important than following what other people are doing. At least to me. Of course, this is completely subjective, right? I just kind of wanted to talk about how, like, weird it is, and it's really gone off topic to whatever I'm talking about right now. This was originally just supposed to be like a meme, talking about, like why do they all have overlays? Why do they all have this? Why do they all do this? But, you know, I didn't want it just to be like shitting on them, because I'm not trying to shit on them. It's funny, it's interesting to talk about, but I think there's more to be learned from it. And, you know, if that's what you want to do, by all means. I don't want to do any of that, so I don't. If you want to, that's fine. That's fine, because people like that, you like that, that's really all that matters, is if you like that or not. But I just don't believe that every single VTuber wants to do that genuinely. I feel like so many people feel obligated to do that. That's what I want to push across. You do what you want to do. Don't feel obligated to do something because other people are doing it. And honestly, the overlay just makes it such a bad fucking viewing experience. I want to see the game, dude. A third of the screen is the game. There's so much real estate you're wasting.